What's going on, Internet? Nerdlocker.com here. Brandon, Jimmy, and we got Marvel Entertainment news for you. What? Starting off with more X-Men announcements. Evan Peters, who's playing Quicksilver in Days of Future Past, will return as Quicksilver in X-Men Apocalypse. With possible mention or possible appearance of Scarlet Witch.
I love the idea of X-Men Apocalypse. I don't know what story they're going to tell, where they're going to do that, what's going to happen. I would love to be the Age of Apocalypse because I thought that was a fantastic story. Quicksilver didn't play a role in that, really, so I'm not sure if that means anything. But I really hope, and Cubby and our friend Jay are at it right now, I really hope Quicksilver is a good role in this movie and not sort of the stupid thing we see from the still images.
Yeah. The thing is I feel like Quicksilver was one of those things that they were like, well, he's a mutant, so we're going to use him. Yeah. And then, being that Avengers are using Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, if this doesn't do as great as they're hoping, they may look, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in the X-Men movies, and you liked them in those movies. Yeah. Like, that's what I feel this play is.
I can see that because it was weird when they first announced that both movies would have them.
And honestly, just because of like the stuff we've seen in the trailers, I feel like Age of Apocalypse is something that would be too similar to what they're doing now. Yeah, I can see that. It might. I mean, either way, I'm stoked that we're going to see Apocalypse. I can't wait to see how that. Comes out, what we get to see from it. So
that's dark. And what I would love is Scarlet Witch, and they probably don't even think about this because they're executives and what the hell do they know. Yeah. But if they got to the point where it was like the House of M.
I mean, you could.
That would be unbelievable.
You could do that with that. I'm really hoping in the meantime, though, that somehow Marvel gets the X-Men back by then. That's what I'm really hoping. Because speaking of that, Hugh Jackman was in an interview, and he said that he would love to see Wolverine end up in an Avengers movie. Which, I mean, he's an Avenger now. We've seen him in the Avengers for a while since Bendis started writing with New Avengers. And, I mean, yeah, it's something we'd all like to see, but I don't understand why I feel like the actors should understand this more than anyone else, that different studios own these different characters, and the likelihood is just so...
But I think there's a few exceptions, because who is Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman?
It's clearly Hugh Jackman. It's only ever been Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
He epitomizes the character. It's the same thing with Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man. So I think they might have a little more power to be like, hey, 20th century, I want to be in Avengers. Let's work this out. I
mean, I hope that would be the icing on the cake of everything.
No, I'm not saying that's happening.
No, I'm not saying it either. But, I mean, that's a much more positive way to look at it than I am. Because I just think every time they talk about it, I'm just like, shut up. Stop playing with my fanboy emotion dreams that I've been wanting to see. Because he mentions, he's like, how cool would it be to have a fight with the Hulk and talk to Iron Man? And we're like, it'd be really cool. It's probably not going to happen, though. I kind of hope, though, Marvel and Disney make some big play for this stuff in the next couple of years to just be a superpower. I mean, Disney already is, and I just want Disney to absorb all of this stuff back from Marvel, because that would be outstanding. And then you would just have Warner Brothers and Marvel Studios and cut and dry normal stuff.
Warner Brothers can get their act together.
Yes. All right, now Spider-Man news. We got Andrew Garfield, who him and Mark Webb have both come out and said multiple times that the third Spider-Man movie is probably going to be their last venture of that film franchise.
Pretty adamant. There wasn't
they really were saying like this is it. Yeah. Well, it looks like Andrew Garfield might be coming back for more than that. They're offering him a lot of money, as well as like just some producing. I'm assuming it would be like producing credits in order to get money at the film.
Some back end.
Yeah.
It makes sense, and I mean he's a young guy, so why not have him continue to be Spider-Man if they can?
He's 30.
But I remember when Tobey Maguire was doing it.
Tobey Maguire was also awful.
Apart from that, he was old and he was getting injured and he had some back problem.
He got injured like when they started filming too. Yeah. But Andrew Garfield just does a great job. That's my thing. Is he really is Spider-Man.
I do like the witty writing.
Yeah, I think it's perfect.
The way he pulls it off.
And the sequel, it's outstanding. So I'm hoping that he figures something out to stay on, because I think he's perfect. And like I said, if for some reason Marvel ends up with everything back. I'd love to see him, Andrew Garfield, next to
I'd love to see that.
certain
but
actors.
There's no way with them making money, Sony will give it up and 20th Century Fox will give it up. Which
Well,
leads to our last bit of news at the end here. But not
well,
this one.
potential spoilers for Age of Ultron. They just kind of give a layout of what the... This isn't as much a spoiler to me as it is what you're going to see is the synopsis of the movie anyways. But, like I said, potential spoilers it says, so go ahead, move on if you want. Ultron will take 3 different forms in the movie. James Spader is doing motion capture for at least one of them, so Ultron will be more than just a metal robot at some point, which I kind of like. I mean, you got to think he's the character Ultron. He's continually upgrading. He's doing different things. So there's a lot you're going to see, and that sounds awesome. It also sounds like, being that you're going to see him in 3 different forms, that Avengers might start with just a like out the door. Here we go. This is happening. Yeah. Just some things that have been announced. Since Shield has been basically dissolved. Tony Stark has renamed Stark Tower Avengers Tower, which we kind of saw in the first Avengers, happening. Everyone has new uniforms. They all have Avengers A on their uniforms, which is cool. I kind of like that idea. Yeah. And he also has Iron Man drones kind of keeping the peace. I guess doing what S.H.I.E.L.D. would have been doing, which is cool. So we're kind of setting Tony Stark up to be kind of like the disconnected Tony Stark we know, where he was either in the suit for so long, but now he doesn't have to be. He's just involved with his work and doing all that kind of stuff. I think that's really cool.
Which could, to me, leads to more problems down the road. And I don't know if Marvel will be able to get to that, but just problems with, who runs this, who's in charge.
Exactly. That sets up for a lot. That sets up for a lot, and I think it's awesome.
Civil War, to me, which is an amazing storyline with, Iron Man and Captain America. And I'm not saying that's where this is going, but it was just...
No, but it definitely leads up to the, kind of... Who are telling these people how far are they going? What authority do they have?
Exactly.
And I just think with Ultron, you're going to see some big things happen around the world, and it kind of is the thing that is always brought up in comics: are bad guys around because there's heroes, or are the heroes here? Yeah. And then do they inspire the bad guys? What's the deal? They said you will see the first full team. Kind of together in a forest. It's like their first shot, which I'm assuming maybe they're going after.
That's nice. They scheduled a photo.
Baron Strucker. Yeah, they're all in
Hey, guys.
Oh, hey, look. Baron Strucker's over there. Let's go kick his ass.
It does sound like an 80s cartoon.
Yes, it does. As far as Marvel is concerned, Agent of Carter got greenlit. That's going to be going on. And
from what we understand, they're going to do it with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., take a break, Agent Carter. Back to...
which is cool. And Haley Atwell will be Peggy Carter.
I love that.
Perfect to me. She does such a phenomenal job.
They got that right, because I really love that Captain America, when they showed that era in the 40s.
Oh, it was great.
It was fantastic.
And she did a great job. I can't wait to see just kind of what the things in the show are going to show about S.H.I.E.L.D. currently with Hydra and all that. I think this is an awesome idea.
Really good writing.
One that's kind of flown under the radar here with Disney, and I like that this is happening, but Big Hero 6, which was a Marvel comic back in the day, they're taking a little bit of different approach from the comic and making it just one robot defending his city of San Francisco, which is cool. But it's Disney taking Marvel property and just making an animated movie of it. I mean, there's 100 kid-related things you could do. You could do a Franklin Richards movie. You could do the Power Pack. There's 100 different things you can do, and I really like that Disney, from the get-go, has really been taking advantage of having all these Marvel properties.
And it doesn't feel gross like they're taking advantage. They're doing it well.
No, they are. They're doing the right thing, and I mean, I didn't even hear about this. They're kind of sliding under the radar with it.
Because when we got that first press release, I was like, Disney doing an animation was Big Hero 6. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I'm like, wait. I had to really think about it. I'm like, wait, that's Marvel.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I didn't realize it either. And, I mean, I did a little research on it, and it was a superhero team. I forget who was on it. One of the X... I'm not going to say it because I know I'll be wrong. But it was a known hero. So it's cool that they're doing this. I think that's great. 2 bits of new stuff that have kind of correlated into possible one, and I hope this isn't true, but they talk about a Namor movie. They've had speculation.
This goes to what we were just saying about a studio that's not Marvel still owns the rights to a Marvel, one of the most famous Marvel characters.
And it says that Zac Efron has been linked to a secret Marvel movie project and is pondering the script at present.
And that's where the speculation is.
Hope he's not Namor, because unless they're going with like a sexy teenage Namor, which actually sounds like more of what you would do on the CW with Aquaman or something. I mean, Zac Efron's great.
I like him.
But maybe not Namor. I don't know. We'll see.
It scares me more that Universal holds the rights to Namor.
Yeah.
Because they destroyed the Hulk. The Eric Bana version, and I like Eric Bana.
Oh, it was awful.
But that movie, I think it was directed by Ang Lee, is horrible.
Yeah, it was directed by Ang Lee, and it is awful.
They
are saying, though, he could be linked to Daredevil. Could be something to do with Doctor Strange. There's a lot of options here with Marvel. You got to figure how much they have going on right now. Lastly, we got a new Guardians trailer.
Yeah, we got a lot of Guardians marketing publicity.
Yeah, they really want everyone to know the characters now and all that. I mean, it's going to be a great movie. I have no doubt in that whatsoever.
This new trailer?
And this new trailer just confirmed it for me. You get to hear Bradley Cooper. You get to hear Groot.
Yep.
You really get to see the dynamic of the team and kind of the way some of the tech works. Like, I'm really excited for this.
And what's nice is they're introducing us to the good guys.
Exactly.
The Guardians. It's like, cool, then save the Collector and everybody else for
Yeah, let's just
the
see
movie.
them fight these guys.
Yeah, I like how they're doing this.
We know that's not what's going to happen.
No,
But
you're right. We got
we'll 3 more weeks we'll have a villains trailer.
Yeah.
But it really looks cool, and it really
Yeah.
looks like there's going to be a lot going on in this movie, and I'm stoked.
I really like what they're doing with Rocket. They could have gone a lot of ways, but I really like. I like how Bradley Cooper's this good-looking dude, but they didn't care. We just want your voice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I mean, I'd say Bradley Cooper's been nominated 2 years in a row for Academy Award. Like, he's doing pretty well for himself. I think that's really cool of him also to be like, I'm going to take a role that doesn't show my face. Very much like the Hugo Weaving kind of approach with V for Vendetta, where at the time in superhero movies, no one was wearing a mask and everyone was taking the masks off and this and that, and he's just doing it with the voice, and I think that's awesome. I love when actors can do that and don't need their FaceTime for...
Well, we rip on Vin Diesel. He's taken a lot of pride to be Groot.
You know what, though? I like that.
He has taken a lot of pride.
If someone is really into the role and into the comic and knows what they're doing, way to go, man. I mean, maybe Groot will... I mean, he's going to be a fan favorite, but maybe it just kills it in this movie and everything's awesome, and way to go, Vin Diesel.
I honestly think this points back to one of his earlier movies, The Iron Giant, and that it was very, very minimal dialogue.
But
it was so powerful.
It's so good. That movie's outstanding, and the Iron Giant is a great character that he does very well. So yeah, you're right. Could be. That's our Marvel news. Let us know what you think in the comments right below us, and we'll be back next week.